Hey, what's up, guys? This is elospeaks back again with another video. And in this video topic, I'm going to be going over the whole Ime Udoka situation as regards to the Boston Celtics and the suspensioning of the head coach, Ime Udoka. So far, it's announced that Ime Udoka has been suspended for the 2022-2023 season because of unspecified team rules prompting a 1 year suspension where he was having relations with one of the staff members of the Boston Celtics. Now, the whole situation as regards to this is sticky because they're saying that we don't know if the situation was consensual or not. So we don't know if allegedly Ime Udoka was flexing his powers and forcing himself on the Boston staff member that he was having relations with, or was the relation consensual between him and the staff member and they were going along with it. So that's where the situation kind of lies. My take in it, I'm gonna go over that shortly after. I want to read a little bit into the article. This is from the New York Times. You can search up online. So it details day before the starting of the training camp, the Celtics are reeling from an investigation, the suspension of the head coach, and the sudden harsh public spotlight on several female employees who the team said were being treated unfairly. But the team is saying little about how the situation got to this point or how it may ultimately be resolved. So, on Friday, the Celtics majority owner and Brad Stevens, their president of basketball operations, spoke publicly for the first time since the team announced late Thursday that it has suspended coach Ime Udoka for the 2022-2023 season for unspecified violations of team policy. The person briefed on the matter was not authorized to speak publicly about it, said Udoka, and had inappropriate relationships with a female team employee. Privacy reasons in declining to elaborate on the nature of Udoka's misconduct. The Celtics' decision to suspend Udoka came after a month-long investigation into the conduct by an independent law firm. It's time of concern and reflection, Asher said. We have strong values at the Celtics and we are doing our best to uphold them here. Udoka, 45, head coach of the Celtics, to the head coach the Celtics to the NBA Finals last season. In his first year in a role, a person named Joe Mazzulla, one of Udoka's assistants, will be the team interim head coach this season, and said, "Do not believe that the situation involved Udoka indicted on a larger problem within the organization." He said Udoka was the only person who was punished or reprimanded, and that the Celtics would not be named anyone else who might have been involved. So potentially there might be other people that might involved in this type of situation, but for some reason, Udoka is the one that's in the forefront of all this situation as being punished for it, where there could possibly be other people who are involved in the situation that could possibly be punished, but their names are not being thrown out into the fire. Interesting. So as I continue to read on, we go to great lengths and appropriate lengths at least to run the organization with a core value of respect and freedom in the workplace from harassment or any unwelcome attention. Adding that would talk to employees to see if the policy violations were more widespread than he thought. So Udoka's suspension comes as the NBA is grappling with workplace conduct in Phoenix with the whole situation going on there. And last week, the league said an investigation had found that a years-long pattern of inappropriate behavior by Robert Sayer, the majority owner of the Suns and WNBA Mercury's NBA Commissioner Emerson, fined Sawyer's $10 million and suspended him for a year, But amid backlash about the perceived leniency of the punishment, Sawyer announced Wednesday that he's planning to sell both teams, as rightfully he should, because what he's been doing was egregious. That's a whole nother story within itself. It's the same thing that happened with the Clippers owner. He needs to sell the team if he's going to be doing misconduct like that in the workplace, making it uncomfortable for people to work, saying racial slurs and doing sexual misconduct around the workplace. He needs to be reprimanded and he needs to sell the team. Yes, that was too lenient, but again, Adam Silver's had the situation rectified for him, luckily. So now everything is solving itself. So now it kind of calmed down now that he's going to sell the team. But as I continue on, we have a lot of talented women in our organization, and I thought yesterday that we was really hard on them. And Stevens said, aiding, I don't think that we as an organization have a responsibility to make sure that we there to support them now. So from what I see here, the Celtics are the one who put out this story because I guess they were trying to get ahead of it before it got any worse. So they end up throwing Udoka under the bus. That's under what I'm seeing from the situation, giving my commentary. They're trying to throw Udoka under the bus, even though there's possibly other people that were involved. Now they're trying to insinuate to some degree that this might be a Me Too situation where it was non-consensual, that he was having relations with some of these staff employees or the particular staff employees who they were not identified. This has come to the forefront. As we all know, Udoka is a married woman to Nia Long, and have a close relationship to her. So everyone in Black Twitter, Shea Butter Twitter as they call it, or all other form of media, are going crazy right now, saying, "How could you cheat on Nia Long? How could you do this?" Me personally, this is a bad situation. I'm not gonna lie, this is a bad situation. If I want to be strictly precise with my words, if the Celtics head coach Ime Udoka was having unsolicited relationship with an staff member employee and it was non-consensual, he deserves to be punished. He deserves to be suspended, fined, possibly even fired. Whatever happens, fine. Now, on the flip side of this, if he was having relations with one of the staff member employee and it was like she consented to it and they were in a full-blown relationship, does he have the right to still be suspended? Possibly. But all the other stuff of him having committed adultery with his wife, that's none of our business, to be honest. I personally do not care. What you do in your personal life is you. As long as you're not hurting no one, stealing from anyone, doing any type of criminal activity or harm, that is your business. That's between you and your marriage. We as the people have no business as regards to that. Just like how people don't have no say in my business or anyone else's business. As long as we're abiding by the law, the land of the law, there should be no issue. I could give two F's about what's going on in Ime Udoka's relationship. As long as he's doing a great job as a NBA head coach for the Celtics, doing his job for the organization of the Boston Celtics, whatever he's going on in his personal life is none of my business, and I, to be honest, don't really care. But this whole situation about him fumbling the bag of losing the NBA championship in the finals against the Golden State Warriors, and then losing Nia Long, who cares? Come on, this is nothing new. There's people been cheating, having adultery for years, and it's not gonna stop because of Ime Udoka. Stop. It's a sticky situation because, again, like I said, the Celtics put out this information instead of trying to handle this between closed doors. So I'm trying to understand is who else was involved in this situation to where the other people that are involved in this misconduct, and why is Ime Udoka is the only one that's named that's being thrown out into the fire. I want to know who the staff member that he was having a relationship with and get her side of the story, because as far as we know, we need to know from her part whether this was consensual or not, and if it's not consensual, she needs to speak up about that on that, because Ime Udoka could be under a lot of fire that he already is right now, and it could potentially get even worse because let's say they happen to fire him. He's going to be blacklisted, and he's not going to get another head coaching job in the NBA. I can see that already right now. I can see that already. Your first year as an NBA head coach, you did a fine, great job taking your team to the NBA Finals. You lose, and in the offseason, you got to deal with this BS. You're suspended for the whole season of this year after a finals appearance, and now you could potentially get fired, and nobody's gonna want to touch him. No one's gonna want to touch him, especially after all the BS that has been going on. And this is his first year as a NBA head coach, going into his second year, and you have this on your plate. No, this is bad news for Ime Udoka and anyone else involved, but for some reason his name is being thrown out into the fire. I hope this situation gets solved soon, because it's best to move forward from this situation. Again, if Ime Udoka was having non-consensual relations with that staff employee, he needs to be punished. I fully agree with that. He needs to be punished. But if this staff member was consensual with everything that was going on, having a relationship with Ime Udoka, then I feel like he should not be punished. Regardless of if he committed adultery with him and his wife, Nia Long, that is their business. That is something that they need to handle off the screen, behind closed doors, marriage therapy, whatever. They need to handle that. That has nothing to do with us. That has nothing to do with sports. And that's my opinion on the matter as regards to this situation, because it's just getting too crazy. Everyone's talking about it, and this is the whole situation as regards to when the black man does something egregious, it gets multiplied by tenfold, and everyone wants to talk about it. But if other people do the same thing, they talk about it one time, and then it gets brushed under the water, which kind of pisses me off. But unfortunately, that's the country that we live in. So those are my thoughts and opinions on the matter. Let me know yours in the comment section down below. This is Elospeaks out.